Hello everyone, this is Korith Landwalker, and tonight it's time for another exciting episode in Star Trek Online. We're running with my current project, my Klingon recruit Zidane, and he's had a pretty distinguished career, was present at the, I'm not sure if I'd call it truce or armistice. I've got applications running in the background here that seem to be insisting on updates, so I'm hoping it doesn't interrupt the game stream too much. In any event, we've been bumming around in the Delta Quadrant, running into, shall we say, new enemies, the Vaadwaur, who've been basically picking on everybody all over this region of the quadrant. So we kind of got everybody together, and tonight is payback time. So let us log in and see where things stand. Yeah, I'm currently in Kronos. I was doing something here. Oh right, I was dumping off old inventory. Haven't quite gotten rid of everything, but got rid of enough. In fact, I'm not entirely sure why I'm still holding on to some stuff. I mean, it's not so much that I'm going to get rid of it. It's more along the lines of I don't need it in my inventory now, so we're just going to stick some of this stuff in the bank. I don't need the Solon A engine right now. Actually, that's pretty much... I keep holding on to this doctor here. It's basically a faction-appropriate EMH doctor. It came from one of... I think it came from one of my... I don't know if it came from one of my packs or what. I don't remember. It was an account unlock for something. You get old, you forget things. But I'm pretty happy with my Gorn right now, so we're going to just kind of have it there for future reference. And I'm not sure why I'm holding on to some of this other stuff either, but my inventory is pretty clear right now, so I'm not feeling horribly motivated to go out of my way. Not right now, at any rate. Maybe later. In the meantime, let's see about taking care of some other administrivia. Reputation. I've got a number of reputation projects rolling. Let's do some reward collecting here. New Romulus, not a whole lot there, but I still have plenty of marks, so we will fill all that up and continue rolling our way towards Tier 3. Oh, Tier 2, sorry. I'm wishing it was Tier 3. Dyson Joint Command. It's in a similar spot. So we'll fill that up. Unfortunately, since my Dyson marks are now at 27, this will be the last one I can do for Dyson Command for the foreseeable future. Similarly, I've got a similar problem for 8472 Counter Command. Life is tough all over. Finally, the Delta Alliance, which is more than rolling. And that one we've got a shot at getting to Tier 3 before we run out of marks. Oh yeah, plus my competitive warfare one that I'm honestly not sure why I'm bothering with. For as much PvP as I do, with all their PvP-centric equipment, it kind of makes me wonder, why am I bothering? And the reason is ultimately completionism. Every other reputation I've got on various characters is minimum of Tier 5. Many of them are Tier 6 on a character, with the exception of Discovery Legends, which another character is currently working on, because I was getting all these marks and I had nothing better to do with them. So that takes care of the reputation. I don't think I have any specialization points rolling right now. Oops! I have 3. Well, that's awfully careless of me, isn't it? But I'm going to hold off for a minute because we've got some things rolling here in Admiralty. So let us go to the Admiralty list. Oh, actually, let's go to the in progress list and do some collections because I'm pretty sure I'll get another level off. Well, I'm not going to get another level off of this because the leveling is capped at 65. What I am going to get is another specialization point. Ah, tier 5 achieved. That means I have a new slot available for Admiralty. See how that works out?
Congratulations, General.
Oh, what a coincidence. So now I have another slot available. Now the next step here is get 2 campaigns to tier 5, and Ferengi Alliance is on that list. And when that happens, I'll have another slot open. Then it gets a little rougher. Get progress, any 1 campaign to tier 10. And then, I have no idea if this is an account unlock or not. I kind of doubt it, but Gamma recruits get a special extra slot if they get 3 campaigns to tier 10. Why they say this is level 10 and this is tier 10 is, well, you know, some things you just don't question. Alright, let's see. Special item on this one. Why don't we do this one from the Ferengi Alliance? That's... okay, apparently I can't help but have it overlap on here. It is what it is. We'll throw in our Temporal Battle Cruiser. Kopesh, and we'll science it up for the last one. It's got to have at least 13 engineering. Okay. Let's go back to Federation. And the reason I'm trying to do Federation is because I want to get past these tours of duty. Because if I get all 10 tours of duty, I will get awarded immediately 2 specialization points. And what that means is I'm effectively getting 2 levels, if you want to think of the leveling path. That's a cool thing. And for this one, I don't even need a really massive kick-butt ship. I just need a pretty good one. And that will do. Plus, this will give me, this will give me a 500 event. Let's get something that gives me critical rating. So I help my chances of getting even more dilithium off that. I'm hitting some of these quick hit guys because that way I can maybe do a few more during the course of the stream. This one, on the other hand, will give me energy credits. Boy, that's a lot of stuff there. What do I have here that will ignore all events? The real tragedy here is they have all sorts of stuff here for rolls and tiers and rarity filters. What they don't have is a filter for special details about them, like, you know, ignoring all events. And I have a sneaking feeling that the only way I'm going to be able to do that is with one of my tiny ships, one of my fighter shuttles. And I don't know if that's going to really do me all that much good. So how about this? You ignore tactical. I know I got plenty that ignore science. Sorry, that was ignore engineering. I know I've got plenty that ignore science. You ignore tactical. And now I just need the one that ignores science, and we will have the trifecta. There we go. Plus this gives me a... oh, whoopee, R&D stuff. Yay. But they are pretty high-end stuff, so, you know, maybe someday I'll actually, you know, need it. It could happen! Okay, let's get a few more of these things out of the way, and then we can get rolling. No, we'll try to get this one, too. I was really hoping to see another tour of duty show up somewhere around here, but that's the problem when you're dealing with random. Random. Yeah, that didn't work out as well as I was hoping. The problem is, I don't want to use these alone guys if they're not going to, you know, get me to full success alone. I mean, come on. Oh, I've got a zillion Dysons, so let's roll that one. Up, and we're out. Okay, all of the Admiralty missions are accounted for. Now it's time to move on to the next mission. So we're going to open up our communications and begin the takedown.
The time has come to end the Vodwar threat to the Delta Quadrant. Our allies are assembling at the Jenolan Dyson Sphere to plan our assault on the Vodwar homeworld. You will serve as the battle commander for the assault.
As well I should.
Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you at the Jenolan Dyson Sphere. He will brief you and our allies on our strategy. Good hunting.
Well, sounds promising, doesn't it? Okay, what do we get? Our usual trifecta: experience, expertise, and dilithium, and a Vodwar pulse wave pistol, Mark 13, which is a pretty respectable gun. Somebody might be able to use it. Might even be me. Probably not me. I'm using the Kobali weapon, and it's a little bit better for what I need. And now, thanks to the magic of transwarp, we're going to zap our way there immediately. And here we go. Let's begin the takedown. I am, of course, continuing to fly my legendary D7 Klingon battlecruiser, the absolute best Klingon battlecruiser ever designed, and I defy anyone to disagree because they're wrong. But I really feel that they've never really matched that design. I mean, they tried with the next generation Vorcha, and I guess the Negvar's kind of close in the Bortisku, but I feel like they just don't measure up. We have arrived in the Jenolan Dyson Spheres system. Dyson Spheres. Sure, why not? Our orders are for you to beam down to the surface for the conference about to take place. Fine. More yapping, more talking. I thought I was leading a battle group, not having to play with diplomacy. The things I gotta do. Yes, I'm ready to beam down. Hey, Ideas Fever, how you doing tonight? Hope things are treating you well on your end of the monitor. We are preparing for, hopefully, the final conflict with the Vodwar. Excellent, excellent. Being in a good place is always where you want to be when you're sitting back to watch or listen to a stream. Oh, there we go. We managed to dodge the slowest part of the load. One day I will find the logic behind why some of these maps load fast and some of them load slow, because they are not consistent. Admiral Janeway wants to speak with you before the briefing. Oh goody. I have to chat with a Starfleet Admiral. Terrific. Blah blah blah. I was the captain of Voyager and you should listen to me. Yeah, Klingons just don't have any respect.
Admiral Tuvok will be giving a presentation soon. Until then, I'd like you to speak with our allies and see what they're bringing to the table.
Now, you see, this is what drives me a little crazy. Here I go, rant mode on. They just added Admiral Janeway into the game. They literally just went into this mission to do stuff. And they missed... Hey, is there any tactical updates I should be aware of? Admiral Tuvok... Well, of course I'm ranting, but it occurs to me that Tuvok might be standing right here. Yeah, he's standing right here. Well, not too embarrassing, right? Meekly, the Klingon goes, any tactical updates?
The Vaadwaur are anticipating an attack of some kind, and we know they are monitoring
That'll
our
teach
ship
me.
movements closely. Therefore, I suggest we adapt the tactics of our enemies to our own use. As a diversion, I have dispatched Alliance ships to the Cartel Assistant to engage the Vaadwaur forces there. If they are successful, by the time the Vaadwaur realize what is happening, we will have already secured Vaadwaur Prime. The Vaadwaur believe the other species of this quadrant are too weak to challenge them. We will use that misconception to our advantage by using our Delta Quadrant allies to assault Vaadwaur Prime itself.
You know, I had a perfectly good rant lined up based on the past performance of developers on text passes, and they go and surprise me and actually do it right. Man, how am I going to be able to rant further on things if they keep fixing this kind of stuff?
Admiral Tuvok will be giving a presentation soon.
Yes, I caught that the first time. Let's talk strategy. Let's see, Benthans we get along with pretty well. And these would be the Borg Collective representatives, and 7 of 9.
The Cooperative asked me to inform you that they appreciate your assistance, and are prepared to provide what assistance they can in the final battle against the Vaadwaur.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. But, you know, as far as numbers go, there's not exactly a whole lot of them, and they kind of had their butts kicked by a bunch of Vaadwaur not horribly long ago, so perhaps you can give me some idea as to what they can offer.
The Cooperative's main weapon is adapted Borg technology. Cooperative vessels can confuse the systems of opposing ships and cause them to fire on friendly targets. This tactic is most effective in mixed groups of ships, where the Cooperative can turn the larger vessels against the smaller ones.
Well, that'll be something to remember. Funny enough, there's always a fight somewhere. Yes, it seems like the world of 2410 and 2409 before it, and 2411 ahead, has nothing but conflict. With one crisis to another, this timeline is hell. You know, it's true. And it's only going to get worse because in the future, we will be sucked into literal timeline hell. But that's in the future.
The Cooperative appreciates your partnership, and we are eager to end the Vaadwaur threat to our quadrant. Our technological capabilities are at your disposal.
Oh, that's good. We appreciate the assistance. The more the merrier when it comes to a massive battle, I always say. Let's see, we've got... Ooh, the Teray showed up. And there's the Kobali. Oh, we got a little of everyone. The Talaxians. And, the Kazon. Captain Kim's favorite people. Klingons gotta be happy sods because of this timeline. Yes, we are. Conflict and battle upon battle. The opportunities for glory and honor are endless.
I'm not sure I completely trust the Kazon after our experience with Maj Sesson, but they say they'll fight for us today. Maybe you'll have better luck reaching a consensus with them than I did.
Yeah, and what do they offer to this Besides, you know, cannon fodder. Oh wait, they're standing right here. I can't say that.
The Kazon have a large number of ships and fight without fear. However, their lack of organization makes slotting them into precise battle formations problematic. They'll go to war with you, but they may not follow every order.
Well, things to look forward to.
The Kazon are eager for battle. Our enemies will fall today. All of them.
You know, I was right with you until you added that last sentence. That was just basically foreshadowing, yes, I'm going to take this really big shiny knife and stick it in your back a few times sometime during the battle. I mean, the guy just telegraphed it. Unfortunately, since I'm surrounded by a bunch of other alien species here, they'd probably take it poorly if I just cut off his head with a bat'leth right now. Grumble, 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 look forward, blah, blah, blah. Let's move on. The hierarchy. Or, what would happen if Mr. Potato Head grew up?
Good to see you again. Through my excellent diplomatic skills and some assistance from Admiral Tuvok, I have managed to convince the Hierarchy Board of Directors that assisting us in this battle and ensuring the end of the Vaudois will improve their long-term profits.
Oh, that's good to hear.
The Hierarchy are experts at surveillance and espionage. If the Vaudois try any tricks, the Hierarchy would be the ones we should send to subvert them.
Excellent.
Greetings. The Hierarchy is anticipating a profitable transaction
There's
under
always
your
one
guidance.
guy in the Federation to be a
Our
drunken, crazy
surveillance and
captain that
tactical
borders on a mix of
capabilities
Klingon and
are
Federation
at your
tendencies.
disposal.
Well, you know, with the whole Klingon war going on and everything, and let's face it, at the beginning of the MMO, they're effectively putting a newly promoted lieutenant in command of a starship. Clearly, their expectations are low. Hey, Cap, the Alliance, did Star Wars invade Star Trek Online? No, it did not. And hello, Cap, how are you doing? No, this is the Delta Alliance. The alliance of species in the Delta Quadrant who are going to help out with beating the living tar out of the Vaudois. Yeah, not yet. Yes, someday Disney will own everything, and then we will see it happen. And we have... Wait, the Hazari? What are they doing here? I thought I more or less offended them mortally so they wouldn't come back. Neelix must have done some fast talking.
We have a firm contract with the Hazari. It would bring them great dishonor to fail to complete it, so I expect that we'll have their full support in this battle.
And what good are they?
The Hazari ships usually fight in pairs. One ship hangs back and provides shield support for the other. This gives them excellent defensive capabilities, but it comes at a cost. Their firepower isn't quite as strong as it would be if they weren't so dedicated to protection.
Thank you. What is the Star Trek one called? United Federation of Planets? Yes, it is. At least the Starfleet guys. The United Federation of Planets is, or at least until recently, was in opposition to the Klingon Empire, of whom I am a proud member, and the recently established Romulan Republic, which kind of filled the space left by the crumbling Romulan Star Empire. That's okay, though, because the Romulan Star Empire were a bunch of jerks anyway. And unfortunately, we haven't seen the last of those guys. More like the owners of Star Wars and Star Trek and Star Wars keep doing stupid stuff. Well, you know, opinions vary. Apparently they're doing well enough to keep making the Star Trek stuff and the Star Wars stuff, so somebody must be going well.
The Hazari will uphold our end of the contract, to the letter. And we expect you to do the same. We specialize in defense, and our ships are at your disposal.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm especially surprised to see you after your little hissy fit with the Benthen, but you know, bygones, bygones. Okay, Admiral Tuvok.
The presentation will begin momentarily. Perhaps you would be willing to check in with the representatives of our other allies. We invited Eldex's people and the Herojans, but neither group chose to send a representative.
Well, it's not surprising that the Vaudois resistance don't want don't want to have anything to do with us, since I'm kind of suspecting they'll want to pick up where the Gauls people left off when we're done. In the Herogen, hey, I just don't even worry about that. So, who else is poking their nose in? Oh, that's right. We spoke to the We didn't speak with the Benthans.
Greetings. The Benthan Guard is honored to join you in the fight against the Vaadwaur. We dedicate our lives to promoting law and order throughout the Delta Quadrant. Finding someone else with the same ideals is unusual, but most gratifying.
Well, it's not so much law and order that I want, but, you know, it keeps our Starfleet allies happy, so I suffer through it. Let's see, we have the Kobali.
It's an honor to meet you again.
Oh.
I am eternally grateful for your assistance on my world. By joining you in this fight, perhaps I can begin to repay a small portion of the life debt my people owe you.
Support of your people is appreciated. Automod false positive. Well, you know, I actually loosened things up on the Automod, but, you know, there's only so much one can do.
Hello again. You've done so much to help us. It's only right that we help you this time.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing what you can do for us. Talaxians. The Teray, on the other hand.
Greetings.
Bellis!
Against the Vaadwaur was a difficult decision for our people. We do not wish to ally with you, but we understand that ending Gaul's reign of terror is more important than our discomfort.
More like too busy virtue signaling. Even a Klingon would just bring out the battle and behead the dumbass. This first time of dumb yapping. Yeah, well, you know, must be diplomatic. The Starfleet people would whine if they had to clean the blood off the floors. Allies are just so inconvenient sometimes.
If you are ready, I will begin the presentation.
Yes, please, Admiral, do so.
The bulk of the Vaadwaur fleet has pulled back to Vaadwaur Prime. We expect to face the final might of Vaadwaur, including Gaul's flagship. Our battle there
I'm surprised they
will have
didn't
5
replace the
fronts,
Benthan there in
each
that
progressively
cutscene with
closer to the
Janeway.
planet.
The Starfleet
Our
wants someone to
rendezvous
end the
point
guy.
will be here,
Well,
where
they'd
the
never
mineral
say
content
that.
of the moon will help to hide our ships. The Tuareg will secure the subspace tunnels in this area, while the Kobali will help the wounded.
The Admiral has already given us our assignment. Our forces will assault
Oh, I
the
guess
other
that's
side
why
of
we
the
don't have
planet to
Janeway there.
secure the area against a possible retreat. Our Talaxian friends will be in charge of transporting prisoners of war.
Oh, that's just cruel.
To give us the best possible chance of success,
In there,
our
Geneva
battle
Convention's
commander will be
available
able to
here.
call in one wing of our allies at each of the first 4 fronts. Each wing of
They
allies
can't do
has
it.
different tactical advantages.
Cruel.
The cooperative
Yeah, the
can
Vaadwaur
confuse
hate the
enemies.
Talaxians.
The Kazon have many ships and fight without fear. The hierarchy have unparalleled espionage and surveillance abilities and should be difficult to take by surprise. Azari vessels fight in pairs, with one ship reinforcing the other's shields. This battle will be difficult, but we must prevail.
Alright, time to beam up and start wrecking havoc. Yeah, that's right. Plus, let's face it, they're Talaxians. A few hours with them, and you'll be tearing your hair out too.
The assault. I will remain behind to coordinate their movements, while you will be commanding the battle from the field.
Good.
We have 4 wings of allies at our disposal to help you break through the Vaadwaur lines. I recommend deploying 1 wing in each area. Are you ready to begin?
No, not quite yet, because I noticed I just had some Admiralty stuff wrap up here, so we're going to collect the rewards on one of them and start a new one. That's right, I'm putting off the battle for the sole purpose of my own personal improvement. Hey, nobody ever said that I was going to cooperate fully with the good folks at Starfleet. Okay, I need 25 in the last 2. Close enough. What else do I have here? Did something else wrap up? Yes, it did. Ooh, another tour of duty is coming available. That'll be good. Heavy engineering. And meanwhile, I see Tuvok just sitting over there, going, "What is he doing?" Close enough. And now that's it. Oh, yes! Yes, Admiral Tuvok, I am ready. Remember to throw the weakest one first, aka the Kazon. The rest is trivial for a proud warrior like you. Really, I'm happy to throw the Kazon in, not so much because they're the most effective,
large frigate scout forces. Which wing of allies do you want to assist you?
but primarily because I want them to die quickly.
An excellent choice. The Kazon numbers should be a match with the frigates, and their lack of organization should not be too great of a hindrance.
Something's not right here. The Kazon are in the wrong position, and they aren't responding to my hails.
Man, if only I might have predicted that there was a backstab en route. Gagan, what do you have to say? Sensors indicate the Kazon are moving into position with the Vodwar. Put them on screen. The Harmaster, some of the ships appear to be Nistrum. We're being hailed. It's Cessin. Oh yeah, the yellow belly who ran from us not so long ago. Put him on. Fools! Did you really believe I would assist you in your folly? My mother's murder will be avenged at last. You idiot, I'm not even in Starfleet, and I can tell that you're an idiot. Points to the folks who wrote this part of the mission right here. They've closed channels, Dahar Master. We're being hailed by the Rhode Island.
I was worried they might double-cross us, but I never thought they would be so blatant. But come to think of it, they did say some pretty suspicious things during the briefing.
No kidding.
Fortunately, Admiral Tuvok and I have a backup plan. Cessin has been encroaching on Hirogen territory for some time. They'll join us in battle for a chance to collect his ship as a trophy.
So that's where the Hirogen were. Nicely done. It's a novel experience to be fighting alongside Hirogen, but you know what? I'll allow it. Cloak up! Weapons are,
We will hunt!
And naturally we're going to take out the Kazon first, because let's face it. This is the death they deserve. Die, you evil Kazon scum. Okay, they're probably not technically evil, but as far as I'm concerned, they have aligned themselves with our enemies, and that means no mercy. Good. That means they are doing their job well. And that, nope. Haven't quite gotten all of them, have we? Yeah, my torpedoes look a little different. I'm using, well, Discovery-era photon torpedoes, so... It kind of worked out that way when I was opening up my Klingon recruit rewards, and... Well, it just worked out that way, you know? Alright, now that the annoyances have been dealt with, time to deal with the real battle. See if we can get a few kills here for... Ooh, wow, that's a lot of them at once. Nice hit. I can't claim credit for that one. Alright, Vodwar. Let's see if we can't do a rinse and repeat. Saw a couple things exploding over there. Man, I just can't get over the noise by the Discovery era weaponry I'm sporting right now. Drives me nuts. Dark matter torpedoes are very dangerous as their damage is hard to subdue. Makes sense. I don't know of anything that's specifically against dark matter. Although I don't have convenient statistics, so... And I think we may be about to finish cleaning. Ha! The first wave of Vaadwaur have fallen to the superior power of the Hirogen and Klingons.
This area is secure. What are your orders?
Remain here. Coordinate cleanup. We will advance.
The Teray fleet has secured the subspace tunnels. The Vaadwaur will not be able to use them to attack or to retreat.
Excellent.
We shall establish a medical flotilla and secure the area. Vessels of the fleet can transport any wounded, including Vaadwaur, to our ships for treatment.
Now, General, I probably shouldn't need to tell you this, but any Vaadwaur you get, don't convert them into Kobali. That's what got you into problems in the first place. Are you ready to proceed to Bravo Front? Yes, I am. Damn, but I just love that Klingon ship design. I'm sorry.
The Vaadwaur have set
I
up
do
a
not
cruiser
apologize.
picket line in this area. Which ally do you want to advance?
Decisions. Picket line. Oh, how about this? What do you got to say, Tuvok?
We are facing a picket line of cruisers, so we need ships that can withstand constant, persistent attacks.
That does sound like the
Hazari
Hazari.
could be a good choice. Their defensive capabilities would be a good match for the Vaadwaur cruisers. I believe the Cooperative would also be sufficient to the task. I would not recommend the Hierarchy, however. Their ships are more suited to espionage and surveillance, so fighting a large number of moderately powered vessels would not be advantageous.
Thank you. I believe the
Vaadwaur
Hazari
have
are the
set up
way
a
to
cruiser
go
picket
here.
line in this area, a sound
Send them
tactical
in.
choice. The Hazari methods utilize one ship to reinforce the shields of another. Vaadwaur cruisers do not have the firepower to break through the reinforced shielding.
Plus, as a special bonus, the more of them that get killed, the less we have to pay. So, bonus! And unlike those treacherous weasels, the Kazon... Why did I say that? The Harmaster, I'm detecting Kazon warships warping in. They are hailing us. Why do I have to open my mouth like that?
The Kazon Ogla will no longer stand by while the Relora and Niskrum sully our name with their treachery. I will make good on their false promises.
Well, you know what? I'm surprised, but you are demonstrating an uncommon amount of honor for your people, so I will allow you to join us and gain more honor. Proof positive that just because there's a species, you can't tar the entire species with the same brush. Not all of them. Not all the Kazon are weasels. So, let's see about turning these guys into mush before they do it to us. That is what I like to hear, Neelix. Keep it up. Oh, not good, not good. Get some of that, Excellent. It will not be long before they fall before our combined might. Oh yes, look at all those little explosions. The sign of success. Let's see if we can make their lives even worse. Oops, not good. Get out of that blast radius. Hate their little torpedo barrages. Your ship's performance is highly improved. Yeah, well, when I closed things out last week, I did take the opportunity to make some minor improvements. Improvement number one. Well, actually, we'll get into that momentarily. Let's get rid of this Vodwar before I bring up the stats. It's still not what you would call super awesome by the standards of the better players of the game, but it's good enough for me, and who knows? There's room for improvement. We've got plenty of other missions ahead. Plus, you know, I am being backed up by a bunch of Kazon and Azari. I took the opportunity to upgrade my weapons to Mark 11s, which admittedly are not... Okay, one of them is a Mark 9. I haven't gotten all of them taken care of. Shields, though, I maxed out the shields from my Riemann prototype there. So now it's instead of dealing with about 6,000, I've got 14,000 shielding. That's a pretty nice number there. I took advantage of some of my ultimate research upgrades, and also did the same for my impulse engines, my efficient impulse engines. So now I got bonus to my various power and good speed stats. And I also got a few consoles, upgraded the weapons bit. There's still plenty of room for improvement, but it's substantially better off than it was. The Harmaster! We must disable the satellite network to prevent the Vodwar from receiving surveillance data that might allow them to make a counterattack. First, we will need to override the security measures on one of the satellites. Then we can transmit a virus that will shut down the entire network. Sound thinking. Let's go ahead and do it. Also, call the Kazon and give them our appreciation. They have earned much honor today.
We have defeated the first wave of Vodwar defenders, and we are entering position for our next offensive. Resistance has been heavier than expected, but our ships have so far proved equal to the task.
Excellent work, Captain. Keep me appraised.
Please remember to direct any wounded or prisoners of war to our flotilla at Alpha Front.
Certainly. Well, sorry, I don't see any prisoners of war here. Sorry, I guess we killed them all already. Rough break.
That went well. What do you want me to do now?
Hold this area. We will continue forward. Are you ready to proceed to Charlie Front? No, because I see I have another Admiralty mission done, and there's nothing like ignoring the actual current situation than hopping over and dealing with some piddling minor details. Geez, one of those ignore all things. Well, you know what? This time I can get away with using this small ship. And there we go. And the next time, I'll be able to hit the next number 5 tour of duty. Forward! To battle!
The Vodwar have constructed a defensive line of battleships supported by frigates. Which wing of allies would you like to help you?
I feel like the cooperative is the way to go here.
An excellent strategy. The technology of the cooperative may be able to cause the larger ships to attack the smaller ones. Certainly, the cooperative coordination and discipline will be more than a match for the tactical abilities of the Vodwar.
Well, I've not seen that, but sure, go for it. Although, personally, I would have preferred if they'd sent some cubes instead of spheres. And probes, jeez. Spheres and probes, that's what they could spare? Seven of 9 has a lot to answer for as far as, But you know, if it makes this battle end faster and easier, I'm willing to forgive quite a lot. Okay, good. I'm staying ahead of those annoying little torpedoes. Oh, that worked out well. Leave no Vodwar alive! That way I don't have to worry about sending them to the cruel and inhumane punishment of having to cooperate with the Talaxian jailers. You know, I'll take it back. Maybe the cooperative aren't so bad to have in a fight after all. Wave 1 seems to have gone down pretty fast. Unfortunately, Wave 2 is still out there. Oh. Must have been some reinforcements they called in. Cloak up! Are they shooting? Is there another wave of cooperative guys over? Yes, the cooperatives are over here. Although not as many. Let's see about making their lives miserable. They are going down a lot faster. But to be fair, the assault vessels aren't exactly the nasty ones. Yeah, there we go. They're tanky ships, but near error, the firepower gap made the current Borg look like tin cans. And every normal ship becomes a can opener. Well, it sure feels like that, given the how quickly some of those Borg task forces go in space. Some of the ships that are out there basically turn Borg into mincemeat. I mean, I'd almost feel sorry for the Borg if they weren't such dangerous, horrific opponents. But really, they deserve every bit of it. It's hard to believe that the Borg were responsible for the biggest, well, okay, almost the biggest, well, yeah, the biggest single defeat that the Federation had ever had. I mean, the Dominion Wars probably had more than their share of defeats, but I don't know that they competed with the raw carnage of having almost 40 ships wiped out by one Borg cube. You would have a hard time imagining that happening in this era of Trek. The Vodwar have fallen here at Charlie. Dahar Master, we must secure the orbital platforms here. We cannot afford to leave our rear flank exposed. Well, we're here. Do something about it. Put on some Klingon boarding parties. Orbital platform secured, Dahar Master. Excellent. Hail the Talaxians.
We are ready to begin transporting prisoners of war from the orbital platforms at your command.
You idiot boarding party members! You left people alive?! Fine, that's what happens when you have Starfleet people involved. Yes, we have secured the platforms. Go ahead and do your thing.
The Vaadwaur forces in this area have been defeated. What are your orders?
Hold this area, and we shall press forward to Delta Front. Well, there's a poetically named front right there, isn't it? The Federation in their ancient languages.
The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships. However, knowing the Vaadwaur, they might be planning a surprise attack. Who do you want to assist you?
Well, we're out of numbers at this point. Send in the hierarchy. If there's a surprise attack, let's be the ones causing the surprises.
A wise choice. The espionage and surveillance capabilities of the hierarchy should help us prepare for any surprises the Vaadwaur might have in store.
Send them in. They shall die. The enemy will die at the hands of the potatoes. With potato guns. Oh, I couldn't help that one. And there are 3 groups of opposition here, so we're going to go to the one on the right flank first.
An impressive deployment. The hierarchy are more than capable of handling...
Sir, Vaadwaur cruisers on attack vector. They're trying to trap us. Well, shall teach them the folly of trapping Klingon warriors. Well, good. I'm glad that went right. You know, they were supposed to make some changes to intelligence abilities, but I don't know if they actually did them yet or not. At some point I need to reread up on the various... oh nuts, all my cooldowns are done. I'm gonna take a hit here. Get some of that health back up. Need my hull intact for the battle. Yeah, that's the thing. I've got this intelligence team ability, but apparently it doesn't do squat. So at some point, if it hasn't seriously improved by the changes to the intelligence abilities, I will be scrapping that for something else. Okay, time to take my power off and put them on shields. No, we're not going to use ramming speed right now, but we are going to use that. And we're going to call in for more Klingon reinforcements. And we're going to hop away and cloak up a bit. Take some time to recover some of that hull damage. Last one is going to be a hard one. Go in like a shark and chew on the enemy. Yes. You know, I seem to have lost track of the hierarchy. Weren't they supposed to be around here somewhere? Doctor, I am unimpressed by your evaluation of the hierarchy. Okay, fine. We'll do it ourselves. Not done with you, assault vessel. Yeah, I think I gotta take out that artillery vessel, or otherwise my problems are just gonna keep multiplying. My holes are 75%. No kidding. No, not good. Not good. There we go. And they've got 2 artillery vessels over here. This is not working. Oh, not good. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Not fast enough. Lots of little pieces there. They really have done the improvements to explosions, haven't they? Okay, next plan of attack. Attack the center where we still actually have hierarchy ships. Kill the guy here, and then have him come over to give us a hand. Come on, you artillery. Did they just leave me behind again? I'm becoming very disappointed in you, hierarchy people. Come on, we can take him down. If I'm not being pounded on by 15 ships, I can take him down. Oh, perfect. Tossed them right into the tractor mines. Oh, for heaven's sake. There we go. Bits and pieces. 1, 2, 3 hierarchy heavy artillery vessels out there. That's gonna be a little rough. Yeah, there we go. Take him down. Take him down. Hey, Legend Eternal, how are you doing tonight? I'm late, but I'm here. We are currently engaging the great battle over Vaadwaur Prime. The theoretical final battle against these really nasty opponents. And let me tell you, I will not be sorry to see the last of them. Oops. Something... Oh, they just broke my target lock. That's okay because he's dead, so I don't really care about the target lock on him anymore. Let's see. Science ability, science cancel. And go after this last guy. Well, not quite the last, but close. In fact, probably cloak up for a minute. Then decloak and start hitting him. Always looking for chances to get those ambush kills. Oh, no you don't. And that leaves one more group of Vaadwaur. This guy apparently doesn't count because he's basically a summon. Alright, time to cloak up and see the last grouping. Hopefully there's still some hierarchy ships out there doing their thing. Well, yes and no. They seem to have chewed up the bad guys a bit, but I can't help but notice that they're still here. And they're beginning to spread all their bundles of joy once again. Yeah, I think those torpedo spreads doesn't... Oh, no, they didn't hose all my mines. Oh, wait, those are hierarchy cruisers. Never mind. Assault cruisers, but I don't know if it's assault cruisers I want to go after. He's the guy I want to go after. Sir, we have lost one group of our allies. Signaling the fleet for reinforcements now. Well, we have reinforcements. Where have they been? Prepare to perish, you Vodwar scum! Oh, no you don't. You don't get to break out of my target lock that easily. Ouch. Excellent. Oh, there's still another artillery vessel. Dagnabbit, I thought that was the last of them. Alright then. Never let it be said that I'm not willing to continue handing out the beatings. Allies inbound. Excellent. I think we may have this one. They're still kicking. But he's on his last legs. So now we just have to hose off a couple of these assault cruisers and we can move on to Vodwar Prime. Another group of allies has been lost. Well, you know, the hierarchy are definitely not impressing anybody, that's for certain. Certainly they're not impressing me. Excellent. The Harmaster, we must disable their orbital repair platforms in this area. The Vodwar could repair their ships and allow them to re-enter the conflict. The platforms are networked together, so if we can access the recognition protocol's subroutines in any single platform, the change should propagate to the other platforms. Excellent. In fact, if we can get them to repair our ships, that would be a sweet change. Override. The Benthans are hailing us again. Put them on screen. Sir, we have broken through the ranks of the Vodwar defenders. They are falling back, but we have them contained. We anticipate being able to rendezvous with you at Echo Front shortly. Echo Front. Echo Front.
The Vodwar forces are defeated, as I knew they would be. What are your orders?
Stay here. We move on to Echo Point with absolutely nobody to call upon. This could be a little rough.
We have broken through to their final line of defense, their command ships. However, in doing so, we have exhausted our supply of allies, and the Vodwar dreadnoughts are formidable. This will be a difficult fight.
Thank you, Admiral. It is a good day to die!
Not quite alone. The Rhodian have matters well in hand, so the Rhode Island is at your disposal.
Excellent. You can die with us as well.
I have temporarily taken command of a cooperative vessel. We will not fight alone.
Okay, the odds are getting improving moment by moment.
The hierarchy also agreed to send a single ship to assist in the final assault. Under the command of yours truly, of course. I'm finally getting to use my emergency command subroutine. But you would not believe the amount of paperwork I had to fill out.
Very good.
Last but not least, the Hazari managed to spare a ship and put it under my command. Captain Unix.
I am impressed with the show of support from our allies. However, my practical analysis indicates that our forces are inferior to the Fatwa.
Well, we've gone this far. We cannot turn back. The Harmaster, we are being hailed by the VSW FotR's.
The
Put
Vodwar
them on
are
screen.
relentless. The probability of our survival is slim.
How sad. I hoped you would put up more of a fight. Oh, don't worry, Gaul. We're coming. Okay, since everybody decided to start the party without us, we'll get the Vaz thing soon enough. But first, I want to get rid of some of these little annoying artillery vessels that keep popping up their reinforcements. Oh, don't tell me he's trying to get away. No escape for you. Oh, goody. Oh, it's Commander Eldex. Looks like the relatively good Vodwar are showing up in the fight now. I say relatively because, you know, we're still not exactly talking about close friends.
Eldex's health appears to be just what the doctor ordered.
Well, it certainly helped our odds, that's for certain. I believe soon it will be time to take the battle to Gaul's flagship. Oh, it's another heavy artillery vessel.
Nice heavy support war on our side.
There we go. All right. It's your turn, Gaul.
Now we're making
Fall down, Gaul. You can't win now.
Gaul's ship has launched a drop pod to the planet. Sensors indicate he's on board.
Ha! The coward!
Sir, we've arrived to help secure the area.
Very good. It's time for the surface assault. To Harmaster, Gaul appears to have escaped to the surface in an escape pod. Well, we'll get there faster because we have transporters. So, running down our bridge crew, Sarek, my Gorn doctor, who may or may not have poisoned the previous doctor. We never actually got proof of that. Valera, my tactical expert. Siege, my science expert. And Valkrav, my beat-down intelligence officer. Together, we cannot fail. Gaul landed somewhere in this area. He must have gone into those tunnels. Let's follow him then. But let's take a look at this first. This drop pod landed just a few minutes ago. Gaul can't be far away. Yeah, get ready for a hard fight. Yeah, you aren't kidding. For those who are unfamiliar with this mission, this is a nasty slog of a mission. I fully expect to be unconscious multiple times. But hey, you never know. Maybe I'll get lucky. It's not this part that's going to be the problem. This part's easy. Getting to my target destination is easy. It's what comes after it which is going to be somewhat miserable. are you, Vaudouar? Gaul! Come out wherever you are! Oh, I can throw grenades too, buddy. Oh, one of those annoying little anchor drones. That takes care of that. Ah, nothing says I hate you like vaporization. If only we could do that to Gaul. Ooh. Before we go, though, Admiralty mission up. Sir, we're assaulting Gaul in the final battle, and you're taking time to fiddle around with your starships? Yes. Yes, I am. And that puts us on the tour of duty mission. Okay, I'm sorry. Something about Gaul? Yes, yes, Tahar Master. And wow, just look at all these platforms. And oh, look who's down there. Let's see if we can... Who are they shooting at? Maybe they're idiots. In any event, there are an awful lot of bad guys down here, so we're probably going to want to try to not drag them all here at once. In fact, let's bring it back here, guys. Let's show that we are better than the Vaudouar by utilizing tactics. Oh, hi, lone Vaudouar soldier. Coming alone was a bad idea. Where are you? Oh, there's one. Yeah, you know what? I think they're spread out enough that I can afford to have my people come this way. Try to sniper me, why don't you? Oh, look at that. Another one decided to charge up the stairs. Ramp. Whatever. Doesn't matter because... come on, come on. Oh man, I want to jump on top of one of these things so badly. Curse the props department. I should be able to jump on top of that and run on top and... Curse you environmental developers. I hate invisible walls with a passion. I have a gift for you, soldier. It's called Plasma Grenade. Oh, it's one of the overseers. Okay, this guy's... Yeah. Let's see. That guy's going to be a problem. Any time now, Sarek. Sarek, you suck. You and me both. Yeah, those invisible walls. I've ranted about them as far back as Star Wars Galaxy, Rage of the Wookiees. As far back as then, I hated invisible walls. Tell me that's not a second overseer. Ouch, that didn't work at all. Valera's down, which is never a good thing since he's one of my tactical people. That's right, keep chasing me so you get flanking attacks by my entire bridge crew. Well, that worked out better. That overseer hulked your entire team. Yeah, the only thing missing was him grabbing me by the legs and whacking me around the floor. Heaven knows that would have been the final appropriate. Oh, some guy's upstairs. Well, let's go say hi. Here, let me demonstrate something else to you, buddy. Just because I haven't used it for a while doesn't mean I've forgotten how to use my batleth. Bridge officers? Bridge officers. There's, okay, there's 1, 2. Don't you guys dare even think about jumping over that railing. Just don't. Okay, first we're going to get up here and to clear these ramps. And then I want to make use of one of the best things that the devs ever put in the game. Regroup bridge officers. Let me tell you, that solved having that button there solved a whole lot of problems in this game. Although why Sarek had to take the long way, I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. The red shirt glitch. Well, certainly turns me into a red shirt when it happens, because suddenly I'm there without any of my support. Oh, I really thought those guys were going to be on this side of the door. Yeah, you thought you could hide, but there is no hiding. Okay, everybody doing fine? Good? We're all intact? And while I don't go out of my way to scan harvestables, this isn't really out of my way. Alright, the big moment is coming up. Big and bloody. In fact, it's going to be so big and bloody that let's stock myself up on the medical devices because I'm probably going to need them. Excellent. Let's see, is anybody using an inferior shield? Let's see, Valera maybe. Siege, definitely. Volcraft, certainly. You get upgraded. Need all the help we can get there. In fact, let's also, just for the giggle value, give you a couple of the shield devices. I also notice I still have some smaller medical devices, so I will... Small hypo. Small hypo. You would think that these small hypos would stack, wouldn't you? Whatever. Sarek, you get the medical hypos here because if you go down, we have serious problems. Have a shield doohickey as well. Alright, I think that's about as good as I'm willing to get. There will be blood.
Welcome, my friends. You should have joined me when you had the chance.
And right on cue.
Your persistence is a credit to your race. But it is time for this sad story to end. Your blood will drench the sands of our blasted home.
Yeah, well, considering that we're going to slaughter you down to a man, you can surrender and die a reasonably painless death, or you can fight, and I can make sure it will be lingering. Alright, showtime. First wave, not horribly impressive. I didn't expect it to be. Now things get a little uglier. Like, a lot uglier.
Congratulations. You have earned the right to die on the hallowed soil of Vatwa Kra.
Yes, well, I'm told it's a good day to die. Die, tech officer. You guys are always such a pain. Let's beam in some of my security escorts, shall we? So far, so good. Gaul wants to chat, which is fine with me, because that gives us time to recharge our shields, our health.
Although you are clearly not the brightest aliens in the universe, your bravery is admirable. And I do respect Starfleet for ending my people's long twilight.
I don't care about Starfleet.
Surrender now, and I give you my word I will spare your people. You and the other leaders will need to be executed, of course. But that is only to maintain order. Personally, I bear you no ill will.
I'm touched. Truly I am. I, on the other hand, bear you plenty of ill will.
That's twice you've refused my generosity. I should be insulted, but your pitiful blindness makes it difficult.
And I only feel contempt for your delusions of grandeur. Oh, okay, now these guys are going to be a little rougher. It's the parasites. You had to know these guys were coming back. Ah! And they pop up right next to us. Try harder, Gaul. We are not impressed.
The Vatwa controlled this quadrant once, and our new allies have only made us stronger.
You mean like those allies? Oh wait, they were our allies, not yours.
Is that the best you got?
Now's your chance. Defeat Gaul!
For you, Gaul, only the Batleth will do.
I thought you might like to know. I took the liberty to scan Gaul. He does not have a parasite. And I don't think he will.
That's okay.
That's impossible.
He is a parasite. So I will take great pleasure in removing his head from his body. Something else? Oh, he's got these little Vodwar drones here. Well, let's get rid of those annoyances so that you can focus fire onto things that are important, like Gaul. Okay, that was a pretty good hit, actually. Knocked me all the way out here. No, Gaul, I'm afraid we're not done with you yet. Keep using the melee on Gaul. Heavily risky. Ah, wait, who said he could run? And why are we not chasing him?
The Vadwar Empire will never fall, and you will not even be a footnote in our glorious history.
Ah! Got those icky things on there. Oh, and it's a damned overseer. Didn't see him until the last minute. Well, historically speaking, I know my people are going to be completely incapable of dealing with the overseer on their own, so we're just going to respawn now. I know a lost cause when I see one. Huh. Where is he? Where's my, I could have sworn I had, Oh, do I have to put him in as a device? Maybe that's my problem. Well, I don't really have anywhere to spare, so Balera, congratulations. You are now in charge of my attack Jackal Mastiff. Siege, you're in charge of the attack Horta. Use your troops to blunt his drones and troops. Yes. In fact, let's be specific. Oh, we got one of those flying bugs. Where's my can of raid? Oh, Sarek is down. Wouldn't you know it, the doctor went down. Oh, it worked on Gaul, right? And is that another overseer? I think I think that is another overseer. No, it's just a lieutenant. Anchor drones. Man, those things are annoying. And it's immune, which means a tech officer is doing his thing. Oh, no, Gaul's here. Well, I can't let him get away with that, can I? Unfortunately, a couple of my people seem to have gone down when I wasn't looking. And one of them is Sarek. That figures. Sarek, on your feet. I can't afford to have you out of action. Well, how about that? I bounced back right by one of the people I need to bring back from consciousness. Man, sometimes I just love the way things work out. Oh no, Gaul, we're not done yet. No, you coward. I'm afraid you are not going to be standing up.
We cannot be stopped. Time after time we rise from the ashes, and we are stronger for doing so.
Your logic is flawed, Gaul. You are already defeated. The evil I mistakenly unleashed on the galaxy ends at last.
Well, not technically.
My people and the galaxy must believe the parasites were behind his madness.
Well, that'll certainly take care of Gaul doing anything else.
Vodwar have surrendered. What is your current situation?
Our current situation is this, Tuvok. We are triumphant!
Were you able to determine why he returned to the surface? It was a tactical error. Even if underspace was closed to him, Gaul would have had more opportunities to escape if he had remained in his ship.
An excellent point. We shall investigate the situation.
Certainly. May I recommend Seven, Captain Kim, the Doctor, and Neelix join us as well. Their insight may be valuable.
The more the merrier. So, let's see. Which door did we come out of? Just had to double check to make sure I was going the right way. Captain Kim, what are you finding? Oops. Scan things first, then we can get your answer.
Honestly, I wasn't sure about coming back to the Delta Quadrant. I have a family and a life back home, and the idea of being 70,000 light years away again wasn't appealing. But seeing the good we've done for the Gabali, and now stopping the Vodwar, I think we were needed here. You were needed. Thank you. It's been a pleasure serving with you. I hope we meet again.
I appreciate that, Captain. But did you have anything actually useful to share? Grumble, grumble, grumble. The Doctor. Surely he's found something useful.
War is just a pointless waste of life. Usually for a political reason. It doesn't much matter in the long term anyway. I understand that sometimes we need to fight to defend those who cannot defend themselves. I respect that. But what Gaul was doing here was madness. It's one thing for him to want to rebuild his people. It's something entirely different to destroy dozens of worlds to do so.
I agree. Destroying dozens of worlds is a poor thing to do. You should conquer them instead. Touchy-feely garbage from these people. 7. Maybe you'll be rational about all this.
I was responsible for the return of the Vodwar. Even though Admiral Janeway told me she might have done the same thing, it was ultimately my actions that allowed all this destruction to happen. I participated in the assimilation of many different species during my time with the Borg. Those acts weigh on me. The wanton slaughter caused by the Vodwar will do so as well.
Now look, 7. Unless you're a time traveler, you really can't predict that sort of thing. Is that a Vodwar? No, that's Eldex. Okay. Getting ready to say I might have to kill another guy.
Nevertheless, I am pleased I could, in some way, make up for my actions. By assisting the Turay, working with the Cooperative, and fighting the Vodwar here today, we have helped end what began more than 30 years ago when I activated those stasis tubes and freed the Vodwar. Thank you.
Yes, but did you find any information here? You know, I really expected better from you. I'm not expecting much out of Neelix, but, you know, it's always possible he stumbled upon something useful.
I'm not a man who normally dwells on revenge, but when Gaul and his soldiers attacked my people, it was almost all I could think about. Dexa helped me to see that death doesn't heal wounds of the heart, but thank you. This quadrant is safer now that Gaul and his soldiers are defeated, and I'm glad I was here to see it happen.
Fine, 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 yes, great, blah, blah. That tells me that you haven't found anything here either. Well, we have one hope left. He's a Vulcan. Surely Tuvok has something useful to say.
While this conflict was regrettable, it was ultimately for the greater good. Gaul's hubris and ambition blinded him to the harm he was doing to the Delta Quadrant and his own people. Now the threat is ended. There will be time to heal the what damage he has done.
But he had help. The Harmaster, I'm detecting an unusual radiation emanating from that door. Now see, this is useful information, and it comes from my engineer. Starfleet. Ugh. Which door is it, Valkrov? On the console over here, huh? Congratulations, it's a thing.
Intriguing. This device is not familiar to me, but it does not appear to be of Vodwar origin. I will bring it back to Voyager for further analysis.
Be my guest. Unless it's a new kind of torpedo, I don't really care. Looks like we are done here, Dahar Master. Are you ready to beam up? Yes, I am. Get me away from these Starfleet people. I recognize that two of them technically aren't Starfleet, but, you know, they're close enough. Let me get back to rational people like Klingons. Congratulations, Dahar Master. Your leadership during the assault on Vodwar Prime and the subsequent defeat of Gaul was inspired. With Gaul's defeat and the destruction of his fleet, we have secured the Delta Quadrant against a terrible threat. And I hope this is the last that we see of the neural parasites and the infected Vodwar. You aren't kidding. I'm surprised at how well that ragtag band of ships work together. I knew our ships would be fine, and the Federation, for all their faults, are tenacious in battle. But no one from the Delta Quadrant has particularly impressed me until today. Before we pour the blood wine, though, we need to find out more about the artifact you discovered. Admiral Tuvok is leading an analysis. I will contact you once we have more information. So, we got our trifecta of experience points, expertise, and dilithium, and a brand spanking new gun that we probably took off of Gaul. So, why don't we take a quick peek at who's using what weapons and see about improvements. Valera's currently using a Mark 12 rifle, pistol. Siege, Mark 12, Sarek, infinity level weapon. But you know what? Maybe Gaul's toy might be better for this sort of thing. So what's this here compared to the Bajoran toy? Yeah, you know what? Congratulations, you are now the proud user of a significantly better weapon. And I expect, Sarek, for you not to fall over quite so regularly. Understood? Okay. Next step. Valkrav's skills. I've been ranting about the intelligence team ability, and I think it's time I do something about it. I'll have to go back to purchase one of these manuals, but it will be worth it, because... Ugh! Let's see, what's the subspecies beacon? While it's active, I can fold space to warp back to that location at will. But the distance is limited. Yeah, no. What about this viral burst? AoE, 5 kilometers. Plays around with their engine subsystems. Interesting. Kinetic magnet. Increase the damage they receive from kinetic weaponry. Well, if I were a torpedo boat, that would certainly be something. Will convince nearby mines and targetable torpedoes to be drawn towards the affected foe. Well, you know, there was bugs that did that too for a while. Subsystem safeties. Power dump decay. Ooh, well, it causes a random subsystem to go offline for a short duration. That would be bad. No. Ionic turbulence. More difficult start and stop. Takes damage from all sources. I think ionic turbulence sounds like a winner here. So we shall return to Kronos. Specifically so I can train Balera out of that intelligence team thing and into something more useful. I'm sorry, Valkrav. Of course, that puts me in mind of something else. Maybe that's not the best move I could make. Yeah, now I say that after I've transferred back to the home world. Because, you know, there's also engineering abilities, and, well, we've had some trouble lately with taking damage and needing heals. So, perhaps the better move is either emergency power to shields or engineering team. I'm inclined to go with the shields. I am inclined to go with the shields. So I think that will be a better move. She doesn't have to be all intelligence all the time when it comes to space. Let's make use of her abilities to work with ship systems. I mean, heaven knows my shields took so much of a beating on a regular basis. I feel that having another shield gain ability would probably be for the best. So we will hop down here to the I will help train your bridge officers person. And we will go to engineering space. And we will pick up emergency power to shields. There we are. I know if I looked hard enough I'd find them. Training manual acquired. So Valkrav, I need you to learn that ability, replace that ability, and reload the defaults. There you go. Yeah, I could have used boarding party, but I think the shields are better. While I'm here, let's open up these boxes here, which aren't really going to have anything I can make use of that's... well, maybe. Let me take a quick look at my ship again. What am I using as far as torpedoes goes? Mark 12 photon torpedoes. Or I can use this Thoron infused quantum torpedo, which looks like it's going to hurt. Well, strangely, it looks like it's going to hurt a little. Well, the problem is that I think that's being affected by... let's take this thing off and then do the compare, because it might be better. 517 versus... wrong one. 517 versus 431. Jeez, you know... the standard photon torpedo launcher... well, then again, it is doing damage per second. So what I really need to do is look at 3104 versus 3450. You know what? Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Gaul is no longer among the living, I'm afraid. He has found his Waterloo. Oh, well, here's a thought. Biomolecular photon torpedoes. How's that going to compare? .3107. It's not... well, it's a slight improvement. I don't know if it's enough to really be worth it. But it does do... Yeah, we'll slap that on there. We'll see how we'll give that a trial run. We'll give that particular torpedo launcher a trial run and see what happens. While we're here, let's take care of a long neglected issue where I haven't put some of my batteries where they belong, on the outside chance that I actually make use of those batteries. And then finally, nope, well, maybe not finally, because I still have more Admiralty missions that have completed. Unfortunately, not enough to bump me up another specialization point. Alright, let's continue moving on to Federation stuff. I still want to push my way to the tours of duty that will get me those extra 2 specialization points. It will happen. One short. Why not? And finally, after all of this, I had forgotten to take care of my specialization points from the very beginning of the stream. Oops. So let us take care of that now. Clearly, at the very least, I should be able to get myself to this spot here where I will be able to unlock the next tier of abilities and get another starship trait, which will be cool. Also, at this stage, it tells me that I can start using green and uncommon intelligence kit modules. Something to think about. But in the meantime, I've got the flanking thing here, and I've got the space flanking here. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of the space flanking because I'm... Oh, maybe, actually, let me think about that for a second here. Battle cruiser. So I don't get flanking bonuses for attacking from behind, I don't think. Because those are raider abilities, and battle cruisers are not raiders. More's the pity. Of course, I could also, you know, could also do the miracle worker stuff. I mean, no. Well, man, oh man, this is a rough one. You know what? I think we're going to do some of the miracle worker stuff. I think some of their abilities here are going to be very useful. I mean, if I get a shield drain, I can increase my maximum shield capacity, which is already disgustingly large, and get some shield regen. I can seal the deck, which will take care of damage over time effects. Subsystem power drain, which will basically turn off subsystem power drain. I like them all. Let's go for it. And this one will eventually get me to, let's see, what's the difference on this one? The immunity, I think. And yeah, I've got, it'll also give me a bonus to other power drains, but I don't know if I care about that. So I've sacrificed using the intelligence officer increases. Oh, I still have 1 point left though. Okay, well, you know what? We will look at the other end here. We'll do our, we don't have to do space flanking. Unaware enemies, locate the means to shut down a portion of their defensive capabilities. So if I'm flanking, it really makes them vulnerable. Not bad. Blind side, if I hit their flank, I could blind them. That could be useful. Or I can continue my skill with outmaneuvering my foe, which will give me a chance to placate if I successfully flank them. Yeah, well, you know, I haven't really seen that actually do a whole lot. Then again, it does increase to 20%, so it's 1 in 5. Why not? And that takes care of all my specialization points. A remarkably successful bit of work there. Let's hop on out of the hall. And we're about, I really don't think we've got enough time to really kick off another mission because we are nearing the 10 o'clock hour. So perhaps we will simply call this a slightly shorter stream than usual because really don't want to get into the next part and have it go too long on us there. For the Horde! Hello, Romulan Republic Force. The Horde indeed. The Klingon Horde. Do the Klingons really have hordes? I mean, they feel like they're right there for it. Wow, yes. Yes, I'm familiar with the pedigree of the statement, yes. No, we are more for the Empire here. And we will continue acting. You have a visit. Ah. The Horde is visiting the Empire. Well, we'll be picking up our Delta Quadrant adventure because with the Vodwar defeated, we're still not quite done with the Delta Quadrant. Visiting from Finland. Ah. We'll be picking up the Delta Quadrant work next week, next Wednesday, at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And remember, we're on the whole daylight savings time thing here in the States, so I might know her. Unlikely at best. I don't really know anybody from Finland. Netta. I got nothing. So, next week, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we'll see about maybe even wrapping up the Delta Quadrant stuff. We are pretty close. I also do Saturday afternoon streams for Star Citizen. Those streams begin at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I would like to thank everyone for watching, whether you are watching this live on Twitch or video on demand here or on YouTube. Always glad to have people stop by and say hello. Until next time, this is Koreth Landwalker, signing off.